Is that loud on your side?
No.
I think I have your headphones up even louder than mine.
Maybe I'm just deaf.
Hey guys, Bill here with Pawfinity's
Scratching the surface.
Breaking the start is what this should have been called just now.
And I'm Lauren.
And yeah, today we're bringing you and this is Gobble.
Gobble the turkey.
Yeah. And anyway, Gobble's joining us.
He's our guest star today.
Yes. Is this a male turkey? Oh, they have
Yes, I think so.
the gizzard. Is it the gizzard?
I have no idea what it's called.
What is this thing called that hangs down?
I have no idea what it's called.
I should look that up while we're doing this. I think it's called a gizzard. I'm not sure. Anyway, so episode 18, holiday add-ons that can help boost your bottom line for pet businesses this week. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
We're closing in, and we have just a few more days till Thanksgiving for us
Dun, 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 dun.
that are in America, and then the holiday season.
Yes.
Was it Kwanzaa? We got Hanukkah, we got Christmas,
Yeah.
and then we have New Year's. So there's a lot of holidays. So people are going to want to get their dogs and cats and rabbits and everybody else they might be cleaning, training, or fluffing up. They're going to want to get them going and ready for the holiday. So you guys are busy. We know that. We're going to keep this episode nice and short, but we wanted to bring you a few ideas on how to boost your bottom line with add-ons and beat your last year numbers this year, which is always fun.
Yeah, we have for all different types of pet businesses too. So this will
Yeah,
be fun.
yeah. Let's hit it off. Let's talk about groomers. That's our own.
Yeah.
Those are our
personally had
peoples.
experience.
Let me do some peeps.
Yes,
What's
exactly.
up, groomers? Holla.
Yes. So you can do specialty shampoos and conditioners as add-ons. They have like the sugar cookies, the like evergreen scents and things like that.
Didn't you mention one a while back? Some pumpkin spice, something
and
or another.
He laughed at me.
Yeah,
but
because
you
I thought it
guys
was
know
ridiculous.
They actually make pumpkin spice
I
shampoo.
was wrong. It's
Bill was
popular.
wrong.
Yeah, it was popular. So I mean, but those things are fun for people that like them.
Yes.
They're not fun for me. So if I bring my dog to one, if you guys don't do that, please.
So it could be like a $5 add-on. But clients love that.
That's
and
right.
It gets their dog smelling good for all the guests that are coming in.
Yeah, and you can do the whole everybody else is doing it, so you should too. The peer pressure does work with add-ons because
Yes, it
people
does,
will
yes.
generally. I'm guilty of doing this as well. You ask the question, sometimes not even intentionally. You say, "Are other people doing this? Are you selling this?" And obviously it's going to be yes. So you don't want to tell that first person that's going to buy your peppermint smelling.
No one's
done it yet, but you'll be the first one. So that kind of loops back to what we were talking about last week with the sales aspect of your business. And as long as you're providing them a service that really benefits them specifically, then you should never feel bad about offering that to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, if you're offering them like, I don't know, an RV septic tank clean out service with their dog groom, I would say that's probably not
That's
something
not
you
a
should be
good
pushing. But so also nail coloring caps, that's always fun.
Yes, and this
Cats too.
Yeah, cats, dogs, and this applies to nail specialty businesses as well. So
Sure.
not just grooming.
Yeah, you could do them festively.
Yeah, like red and green or blue and white for like winter colors.
What is blue and white?
Winter colors.
Oh, okay.
Like New Year's coming up, or black and gold.
Silver and gold. There's a song.
Silver,
Is it
silver
and gold?
blue and silver. Yeah. So there's
Yeah.
a whole bunch of combinations that you can do. You can put together like a holiday package
Right.
for that.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And so here we have bows and bandana upgrades. I know that at least down at the beach, people loved the bandanas.
Yes.
And so you could get festive with them and bring out, I don't think some groomers may be able to upsell those, but I think that's more of like a just enjoying the environment of the holidays.
Yeah, a lot of them are included, but what I put on here, you can get like fancier bows or fancier bandanas to sell to them. So yes, we have the standard one, but we have these for only $1.50 more.
Yeah.
And that's an easy thing to sell to
Make sure that
clients.
you're being culturally sensitive to the people as well. You don't want to send, let's say, a Jewish family in with a Santa Claus bandana on their dog.
Yes.
So find some that are neutral, unless you know what they might celebrate. I mean, So, you know,
That's true.
that's always something to keep in mind.
That is
never want to
true,
offend
yes.
anybody. I could
And
just pick.
one more on that list, which also can apply to the nail specialty businesses, are the sprays, the extra like grooming spray that you put on there. So if you don't want to go in and do a shampoo conditioner, or if your nails and you only go around and do like nail clippings, you can actually just have the spray and spray it on the dog.
Yeah.
And
like
that's
the
another little extra thing.
check them first. Check them first. Some of them are very nasty, but there are a bunch that are not. You're talking about the clone kind of sprays?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, just check them
check
first.
the scents first.
Yes, because sometimes, you know, I mean, much like with kids and food, sometimes you hand them this bag of or jar of something.
And it
you
sounds
don't,
like it tastes good.
it sounds good, and then you taste it. On the can, it said roast beef, garlic, broccoli, and cabbage. This should be great. And you eat it, and it's like, oh, and you're wondering why your kid's like making those faces. You test it first. Always test this first. So what else do we have? We have some stuff for boarding and daycare facilities.
So you can do things like romping with the elves, which it could be one-on-one extra playtime for the dogs in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's fun to give them like cutesy names. People like that stuff because what you're doing is you're theming it out for the holidays. You're trying to loop everybody in and get them excited about that. And the last two episodes, this one and the one before, maybe the one before that as well, but we've been talking more about sales and more about getting excited about your business and pushing your business through either hard times or exciting times like the holiday season. So these little themes that you put on, they actually are very fun for people.
Clients love them. So I came up with these names on here, and I had a fun time just coming up with the names. So.
Yeah. I mean, so in the next one was a reindeer run, extra time to run around outside or take a walk. You know, even if somebody's grumpy for the holiday season, I think these things would liven them up. You know, like just saying, hey, look, did you know that we are offering just for the holidays a reindeer run? Oh, well, what's that? Yeah, exactly. They'd be wondering.
Yeah.
And it gets that engagement. Whether they buy it or not, they know that you're trying to engage them and give them a better experience with your business.
It's something new and different, too. So clients love that. Even if it's the same service you offer, putting a different title on it, it's new and fun.
Oh, well, this is fun. I'm going to let you hit that last note on there.
Okay. Yeah, the reindeer games or reindeer training. So you could offer like a mini agility course or like a sniff and find activity for hound dogs, herding games, fetch, anything like that. And then you can call it reindeer games.
Right. That would be a special event held at your facility. Most of the time, I mean, these people get very serious in the scenting world of dog training, but that's a different category. But maybe make it more fun, more family friendly, more like a goofy kind of thing, I would say. Unless you're a trainer, which we haven't spoken about yet, and you have a special, themed training event. But that either way, this I think applies to both boarding and daycare and to the training people as well.
Yes, it
I think
does.
it's wonderful.
Yes.
But it would just be a fun event. I mean, maybe charge them something small to get in and just go out and play.
You could do that, or you can just add it on to their
Are they going to run by
boarding stay.
themselves?
No, well, yeah. So so if it's like a group of like daycare.
I
people in
disagree
there.
with this.
Okay.
Let me set. Do I have a hammer? No, I have. There we go.
So if it's like a group of daycare and you have like 5 people that bought that add-on,
hit the button again.
you can have them all run through it at the same time.
You can, but I think that, and this we don't have to agree on this. I'm
No,
just
we
saying
don't.
a different point of view
We
is that
don't, apparently.
I pictured this as being like an event that the actual pet owners came to, and it's wonderful because as a boarding facility or daycare, you have this space to do this. They might pay a couple dollars, and this becomes an add-on because it's a new service you're creating.
Yeah.
And they can come in and once a year participate and all that stuff.
Yeah, so it could be both actually, because I thought of it the opposite, but I didn't even think of it as
get like a little karaoke machine and a microphone, and then stand out there, and it could just be something very fun. It gets your clients involved, and like a small fee. So when we talk about add-ons and boosting your bottom line, it doesn't have to mean that you're going to double your sales numbers from last year. It doesn't. We don't have to sell people $50 more of things. Just $2 more each client. So if you had 5 clients a day at 2, you made $10 times the month. I mean, you've done really well and boosted your sales and made more than last year. Which by business standards, if you beat last year's numbers, you're doing well. And that's the whole goal. So we'll move on now.
Business math.
Yeah, business math. How much are we going to make? We're going to make as much as we need to survive. And then next year we're going to beat that.
Yep. So
I always think it's funny when they get really detailed. Not to take too far of a tangent, but when the business coaches and the blog posts and the the famous YouTubers that talk about business stuff, when they get really detailed about what exactly it is that they expect people to do when they're starting a business. But the truth is, everybody's winging it.
Yeah,
You take your best guess and then go for
try it. Yeah.
I mean, what else are you really going to do? I mean, you can do all your market studies and do all that and get down to these little details, these little numbers, and that whole thing could go in the trash, or
That's true.
you could beat all those numbers. But in the end, all that matters is that you give your best effort and pay attention and change as the environment changes. So if you're not making enough money, well, my business is the mobile. I'm sorry, the salon pet shop that we had in Myrtle Beach. That's a case study for it. The 2008 recession hit, and the only thing that was making any money in the business, because of the cost of food and toys had gone up so much, the only thing that was making money was grooming. So the decision then was be agile, change to grooming only, and go mobile. And so when you're doing business, you could plan yourself till you're blue in the face, but I say once the rubber hits the road, that's where you find out what you really are made of and what you need to do.
Yeah, and you be flexible.
Right. And so this is one way to do those extra flexible things. So for pet therapy people, we can do some extra holiday massages.
Stress relieving massage, yes.
Yeah.
Which you can actually, I did look this up, you can actually provide dog massages.
Yeah, that's a whole industry.
Yeah.
What are you talking? That's what the therapy is.
Yes.
She doesn't. Hey, can we rewind this? These buttons aren't rewinding anything.
I knew, but you don't have to be like there are like therapy massages, but you can just give a dog like a gentle massage, like a groomer can do this. So, and it's not, we're not talking about like a deep tissue massage on a dog, but you can just it's like a little bit of extra love-ins across the whole
Of
dog.
course.
You start at the neck and you go down.
I've seen actually a lot of our clients have that as a service when they've asked me to go into their account and have a look at something.
Yeah.
I do see things like that, like extra snuggles and love-ins and all that kind of
so
stuff.
I'm not talking about just like a deep tissue or like a therapy massage. I'm referring to basically all pet businesses. I mean, this can apply to grooming. This can apply to
Don't take out one of
daycare.
those back things that they sell at, what's that, Brookstone or whatever?
Yeah,
that
like
has
the
like these
little-
two big huge prongs on it. Don't do that.
massages you.
I don't think the dog's gonna enjoy that very much.
But yeah, it's like just a basic rubbing on the dog, and I mean it's like extra love-ins for the dog.
Sure. So it's, just kind of sprucing up what it is that you already provide, I think is a really good one. So for trainers, a manners tune-up course. I love this because you can, you're going to have people at your house, or you'll be visiting people, or, your dog will be lonely some more. So you might need to go to your trainer and get a little tune-up, get them up to speed on what they're going to need for the holiday season.
Yeah, this could be like a one weekend thing or a single day event. What's cool about these is that you don't have to hold them in person if you don't want to. These can be virtual events.
Absolutely, yeah. So once you get the clients involved, they can actually participate via Skype or Zoom or what's that Microsoft one? Teams.
Yes.
Teams. I think everybody has availability to Teams at a limited capacity now too. So there are ways to be able to do that, and it's great because you don't really want your dog when when Auntie Mabel comes over to the house.
Grandma Sally.
You don't want them jumping on top of her.
Yeah.
That's not cute. I mean, some owners, they enjoy that, but no guest in your house wants a dog jumping up on them when they came in dressed all nice to your Thanksgiving dinner.
They sit on the couch and the dog jumps right on their lap.
Right
or
on top of
something,
them. Or the crotch sniffers.
Yes.
The crotch sniffers,
Yes.
the really
So-
sticky ones, like the ones like the Labradors. They're really the black labs,
Go
and
at it.
any lab really is really they just like stuff their nose into you and then they just won't move.
So, you could do like a manners tune-up.
Yeah, that would all go on bad manners. Again, the pet owner themselves might not mind some of these behaviors, but your guests definitely would. So, and then something else that's fun: train the dogs, like desensitize the dog towards wearing some sort of costume for the holidays. People might think that's fun. You can take cool pictures with them.
Yeah.
And but you should go through some training so you don't torture your dog. As a pet owner, right now we're speaking to the professionals that know this already, but their clients might not know. You can't just tape some reindeer like antlers,
And then hope they're going to be okay with it.
and while they're like shaking their head, like you
Yeah.
might be
You
causing
have
some
to-
trauma, some mental PTSD towards the
Exactly.
holidays.
You have to positively reinforce the dog. So you, as the pet professional, can teach the pet owners, give them tips.
Well, because you don't want Sparky starting to growl every time he hears a sleigh bell song come on the radio every year.
Just got to put those 8 reindeers on me again.
It's just like, what's wrong with this was Sparky? Well, Sparky has PTSD towards Christmas last year. Oh.
Yes. And then this last fun tip, this applies to all pet businesses. So a photo booth. A lot of people do this already, but you can offer the ability to print and frame these pictures out. So, for instance, you can
Where
buy.
would they print them?
You can buy a like a little 4x6 picture printer on like Amazon, and they run like $130 to $150, and then you can sell them to the client. Say it's like $8 to get just the picture, or $10 to get it framed. You can buy frames at the dollar store.
Yeah.
So you can do like a nice little package for them.
Or do the budget discount one like they do at the amusement parks and email it to them for half that price or something like that. Because you're actually making more money when you email it to them. For anybody that's been to, oh God, who did this? Was it Carowinds? I think somebody. Anyway, so a lot of these parks and a lot of these places that take your photos, they'll give you the option to download them online or
school pictures
Universal
do that too.
Studios. Oh, and school pictures
do that too.
Yeah, everybody's doing it because it's way cheaper to just download and print your own. Yeah. So that's another option. If you don't have a photo printer, you could use a really nice inkjet printer and some regular printer paper. Print them out by the sheet. There'd probably be like 4 pictures on there they can cut. But then the next step down would be just to email them.
Yeah, absolutely. But the cool thing about this is that you can actually use this for all the seasons. So not just holiday season. You can do it for Valentine's Day, 4th of July, really anything. It'd be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I lost my train of thought, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, well,
I think that's the end.
Yeah,
that's
because
the
you
end of
can
it.
sell them. Yep, sell them a picture for a few dollars less, or sell them the whole package. So obviously you'd want to push the whole package, but
always.
if they don't want to spend the $10 or $12 on the full package, then you just, hey, for $8, I can just print the picture. You have to go buy your own frame, which is going to be more than if.
Well, now we're getting slippery. We're getting slippery. So
well, really, it is though.
I would test this the first season. Just test it to see if anybody's like, what do you think next year? Would you like us to print them, or, would you like a frame next year? And
see how your clients.
Because if you go out and buy $100 worth of frames, even if they're $1 a piece,
don't recommend doing that. Just buy like a few at a time. And then see if your clients purchase them.
Yeah, for sure. And then, we're all out of frames.
5 or 10.
You have to come earlier next year. Yeah. But in the end, I think the whole point of all this is just to have fun with your business. That's the underlying theme of what we're saying throughout all of these is enjoy your business, immerse in it. People want to remove themselves from their business these days and just like basically show up and do work. But if you do that, then you're just another drone out there in the world.
Well, you get burnt out too, because this is fun for everyone.
It is. I mean, to engage in your clientele, that's really what a business is. I don't care whether you're a plumber, an HVAC person, a dog groomer, a dog trainer. Like, yes, you have a purpose and a service that you provide, but in the end, don't you want to kind of have fun doing that, like interact with the clients? Yeah,
and it doesn't always mean coming up with new services too. So you could just rename them. Like I think on the therapy, I had a not so polar swim. You can offer like swimming sessions and then call it like a polar swim, but obviously it's not going to be freezing cold.
Right.
But, fun stuff like
You're
that.
You're theming it for the season.
Yes.
And I think clients would find that fun. They'd be like, "Oh, what is this?" See it on your list of services. I think that would be nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So enjoy your business. Have fun with the clients. Have fun in the holidays. You guys are making tons of money right now. Just dive in and make a little bit more, you know what I mean, with these add-ons, and then try to beat that number next year. So excuse me. I almost sneezed and coughed at the exact same time. That was going to be really weird. I'm glad that didn't happen on camera. But anyway, always try to beat last year numbers. That's your goal. For those of you that haven't had formal business training, it is hard to understand that, but that's your goal. Beat last year. Beat the numbers that you did the year before, and you're doing well. That means your business is growing, and you guys are continuing to thrive.
Yes.
Do you want to say the exit this time?
All right. Well, join us next week, Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another podcast episode. And you guys have a very happy Thanksgiving.
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.